on, everyone? Welcome to episode 1 of season 3. Yes, we're back off the cuff, aka ODC. I'm one of your hosts, Big Jefe, and I'm here with my homie of all homies,
Eureka.
That's right, Eureka. Yeah, baby. I'm very excited. We're very excited. I think I didn't speak for both of us. We're very excited to be back.
We are.
Yeah, and since last season, it's been a long time. So a plethora of celebrities. Yes, I said a plethora.
Oh shit, bro, not again. You're gonna start with the fucking notable deaths?
Yes, bro. Because they're very notable, bro. they're like, bright lights. There's a lot of them.
Right, well, this will require that I light a cigarette.
Okay. Yeah, sit back, relax, and hear about some death. No, but seriously, though, yeah, man, I don't know if I want to do notable deaths all the time this season, but, I do want to mention some of them, especially ones in 2021 that we missed because we were out for like a year.
I'll tell you what you do, bro.
Okay.
Do you think that you can sum up all of these notable deaths within 1 minute or less?
Oh, bro, I don't know. This probably take like 15 minutes or so.
All right, I'll tell you what. In about 30 seconds, we can start counting. 1 minute, and I'll stop you, okay? And you get through it as quickly as you can.
What, you said 30 seconds?
No, in the next 30 seconds we'll start.
The next
15. I've been counting. So you got like 10 seconds before you get ready to start. So go ahead, compose yourself.
All right.
You got 5 seconds.
All right.
And go.
All right, so there's Clarence Williams III from Mod Squad and Purple Rain. He was 81 years old. He was taking colon cancer. Ned Beatty, he died last year. He was in Deliverance and Superman back in the 80s, He passed at 83 years old. Also, Frank Bonner. He was on WKRP in Cincinnati. I watched that TV show when I was a kid. I'm sure you did too, bro. He died at 79 years old. Actually, the antivirus software pioneer, John McAfee, died at 75 years old, June 23rd of last year. Former Skid Row singer Johnny Solinger passed away at 55 years old. Very young, actually. Monday, June 29th last year, reportedly of liver failure. So I'm thinking maybe a lot of drinking going on there. Two-time defense secretary, one-time presidential candidate Donald Rumsfeld died at 88 years old, June 30th, 2021. Anyway, pro wrestler. Wait, are you cutting me off in the middle of
a minute and a half? Bro. Sorry.
Wow, that was a minute and a half.
That was a whole minute and a half, bro. You're taking way too long.
Well, there's a lot of deaths, I told you, man.
All right. You ready to start again? I mean, not start again from the beginning, but continue where you left off, but this time speed it up.
Well, really? That was pretty fast. I mean,
Oh, bro, I had a lot to say while you were talking your shit, but...
Oh, wow. Yeah, see? But,
so you could get through it within a minute, but look, it's a minute and a half.
But you got to give these people some, time. They lived a good life. And I'm trying to be nice and respectful. Pro wrestler, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. He died at 71 years old in July of last year. Night Court actor Charlie Robinson died at 75 years old, July of last year. The rest are as follows. Dan Snyder. I'm sorry, no, not Dan Snyder. That's bad. He's the owner of the Washington football team, who are now the Commanders, but his mother passed away in July of last year. Sorry. Iconic comic genius Jackie Mason
No, wait a minute. I have to interrupt you on this.
Okay, go ahead.
So, what's notable about his mother dying?
Only because people know him, I guess. And I talk about the team all the time, so that's why I brought it up. Because I talk about the team all the time. Yeah. That team. Yes. Yeah, that team. Who are now the Commanders, which that's another thing. But anyways, I caught it comic genius. What's that?
Your minute has been up.
Oh, already? That was only like 3 people.
Because I interrupted you.
Okay, all right. How many minutes am I getting? 5?
5? Well, so far you're in at 3. Minute and a half for each time that you tried.
Okay.
That's better than 15, bro. Come on.
That's true.
Get through this death period.
Okay, so Jackie Mason, he was a comic genius. He died at 93 years old in July of last year. A lot of people died in July, by the way, of last year. ZZ Top, one part of ZZ Top, Dusty Hill passed away. You know, the guys with the long beard. Died in July. Ed Asner, the actor, died at 93 years old in August of last year. Norm Macdonald,
30 seconds.
61. Michael K. Williams from The Wire died at age 54. Peter Scolari from Bosom Buddies back in the day with Tom Hanks died at 66 in October. And Sidney Poitier died at 94 years old, December. Probably one of the most notable ones died December. Betty White died at 99 years old in December. And I have more, but I need another minute.
Betty White.
Yeah, Betty White. Yeah,
Where do I know that?
Well, you know Betty White. Come on, man. She's a national treasure, man. Well, she was. I think she'll always be in our hearts. Betty White, Golden Girls.
Yeah. Okay. We did a segment with that.
Did we?
Yes.
From last year.
Yes. That's why I was asking to make sure I was.
Maybe we did all these. I don't know. I wrote them down again. But maybe I'm losing my mind. But
that's quite possible.
Quite possible. Yeah.
Always thinking of death and shit.
Could I have another minute? I could definitely finish all these now.
Okay. And go.
Bob Saget. Did I go with Bob Saget? He passed away in January. He started off the year.
Seconds.
Oh my God. Okay, Meatloaf. He died.
10 seconds.
And 10 seconds. There's some people laughing. Howard Hessman. Remember Howard Hessman, bro? Johnny Fever on WKRP in Cincinnati. And he was on Head of the Class. Anyway, he passed away. 81 years old.
Oh,
yeah, girl. Yeah. The way you said. All right, Tony Dow.
20 seconds left, man.
Remember Tony Dow?
Tony
He
Dow?
was Wally from Leave It to Beaver, bro. He died too recently, July 28th.
For some reason, 70. You said Tony Dow, and I was thinking Tony Mazzelli.
No, I don't even know who that is. But
no, that's a character's name, actually.
Oh, okay. Well,
but I think his real name is Tony. I just don't know the rest of it.
Well, do I have a few seconds left? Because I have a few actors left.
Oh my God!
Paul Sorvino. You know Paul Sorvino? He's one of the guys who played like a mobster all the time. And Ray Liotta. Ray Liotta died.
What?
Ray Liotta, bro. He passed away. You know Ray Liotta. James Caan. He was in The Godfather. He played Tommy, I think. Wasn't it Tommy, the crazy brother of not Scarface, but Al Pacino. Anyways, Super Bowl champ Tony Siragusa. They used to call him Siragusa. They used to call him the Goose.
Wait. You said The Godfather. I'm a Godfather fan. So
I know you are. Remember James Caan?
You said the name James Caan. I don't know them by names. I know characters. So
yeah, I think his name was Tommy.
His brother.
I think his name was Tommy. He was like the curly haired, crazy brother.
Okay. That wasn't the original Godfather.
Original, okay. The original.
His character's name was Sonny.
Sonny. That's it. I knew it was something
Sonny,
with
yeah.
honey in it.
Yeah, he got down
Yep.
At the toll booth.
Yes. Yeah, he passed away, bro. Yeah. So, and I think it was recent. But anyways, yeah, that's sad. These are all the ones that I know of, and that's it. All the deaths. So yeah, you got me to go through them really fast, bro. Thank you.
Oh, hallelujah.
But and actually, you know what? There are I'm not going to say fans because I want to call them supporters of the show that actually are on Team Ulika with this. They don't really care for the deaths.
Amen to that shit.
Yeah,
so
well, you're welcome, guys. Everyone on my team on that one, you are welcome. All right, what's next?
Get some applause. What's next? We could talk about what's going on with the Washington football team, now known as the Washington Commanders. That could be boring for people.
That team. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that team. They changed their name. I was hoping for the name Red Wolves. They were saying that they were going to name them Red Wolves, but they had a trademark on it. Some guy had trademarked all these team names, and they couldn't fight them over it, which I think is bullshit. But yeah, so they stuck with Commanders. So now they're the Washington Commanders. They were fined $10 million in addition to paying all the fees associated with the investigation that they were having. I think I'm not sure if I went over this already. I think I probably did. Dan Snyder's wife took over to control day-to-day operations. I think I did mention that.
This is the first time I'm hearing that one.
Oh, is it? Okay. And they're going to come out and play in September. And, preseason is August, I guess. They're still going to be cursed, I think. I don't think they're going to they're going to be that good. And that's it. That's all I got on them, really. So I don't know if I'm going to continue to be a fan. I don't know. I want to because, I like football and I don't really have another team to root for. But
okay.
Yeah, but that's all I know on them. I don't think they came up. I think Dan Snyder is still in hot water, but not sure too much about it because I haven't read too much about that.
Hot water over what?
About that investigation that they were doing on sexual allegations and all that, towards women, but I'm not sure if they're going to even follow through on that, to be honest. You there?
Are you not able to hear me?
No, I didn't hear you at all. What did you say?
I said, okay. Well, what's next?
Okay. So, what else do I have here? To be honest, bro, I don't have a topic. The topic was we're back. That was our back in business. But I do have a this or that.
Wait, hold on. So we don't have a topic?
Well, the first topic was supposed to be management and of companies, because remember that story you told me?
Which one? I tell you a lot of stories.
Well, the experience that you had at Walmart, and how management and usually in companies they treat employees poorly, and so that was my main topic. But I was gonna, I don't know if you want to talk about that, we can.
Okay.
But I didn't know. I didn't really prepare anything to talk about it. We can do it like the name says, off the cuff. So.
Okay. Do we have an option of topics or just that one?
No, we have a plethora. That's my favorite word. We have a whole bunch. We have a whole bunch of topics I thought we could talk about. But I don't have the list in front of me, so. Very unprepared today, aren't I?
You are not prepared.
But yeah, like I said, I have a this or that right now. And we've got five ways of pronouncing things, or like you remember the thing we used to do, the this or that? Oh, I can't hear you again, bro. If you're talking.
I was talking actually.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't know what's going on.
So you have a plethora of topics, but they're not within your reach.
Yeah.
Therefore, the only topic is management
and how they treat their employees.
And how they treat their employees. Yeah. Okay. Well, I suppose we could talk about that a little bit. So, what did you have in mind about that? What brought that up as a topic?
Well, just like I said, your experience and how they. I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about your experience, but I know I've had experiences where managers and like bosses, they kind of like look down. Like once they reach that level of management, they act like they can't get fired themselves or get in trouble, and they start like looking down on their employees as subordinates, which, yeah, okay, that's the term, but they're also human. And right. Like I used to have one guy in the FBI building, and I'll just say his first name was Tom. He actually passed away, I found out. Again, death. But it gets us all in the end. So it doesn't end well for everybody. For anybody. Death always wins, right? So I know that's sad. Sorry to tell everybody. It doesn't end well. But he used to go around, bro, telling people, I have a yacht. I have a big house. I have this. I have that. I was like, I don't care what you have. I mean, honestly, I don't. You can still end up on the unemployment line.
But bro, perhaps he was just really proud of those accomplishments. That to him it was important. Whereas to someone
devil's
else,
advocate.
It's I'm sorry to play devil's advocate so soon, but perhaps maybe that's what was important to him, And to some people, I can see how that comes off as being boasty or big-headed or,
an asshole,
right?
Stuff like that. The question is that this deceased Tom boast about his accomplishments of materialistic items that to him were important to someone who had bigger materialistic items. Did I stump you, bro?
Yeah. Well, repeat the question.
Did it sound like an algebraic equation?
Kind of. Because I had something in mind to say about it.
I think my mind does work like an algebraic equation, actually, I believe.
Yeah, you're like the guy from that Matt Damon movie, which I can't think of right now.
Which movie is that, bro?
Oh, Good Will Hunting. He was a janitor with all this stuff in his mind, like, or maybe like A Beautiful Mind, and all the equations in it.
Well, I did see Beautiful Mind. Good Will Hunting, I don't think I've seen, but
you should see that.
Now that you mentioned it, it looks like we're all over. We were on a topic. Somehow we're already on the movie section. But okay.
Badass flick.
Badass flick is just pure shit. No, but okay. The question that I had, bro.
Yeah.
About the deceased Tom, your former supervisor.
Right.
His accomplishments of monetary items that he was very happy to have attained. Did he boast about them to others that did not have such, or did he equally boast about it to others who had more or bigger than him?
No, he did it to everybody, bro. He didn't care who it was. I think he just wanted people to know that.
So that is no, that's not it. That's not it, bro. He's just very proud of himself for having been able to accomplish those goals that he had.
Wait, is his ghost next to you or something? Because I feel
No,
like he came and told you that.
no. If he was just bragging, right? He would brag to those who are not on his level, as in, to say, I have this, you ain't got shit, bitch. Right?
Right.
But he was bragging about his accomplishments even to those who had bigger accomplishments than him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. True. But
so really,
yeah.
One can deduce, and this is, of course, just, for entertainment purposes, and perhaps maybe our listeners, our patrons, might want to chime in on this, with the email. Bro, give them the email to give their comments.
It is.
You forgot the goddamn email, bro. Yeah, seriously, unprepared.
Well, it has been a year. No, it's you know what? Come back to me.
So in other words, you don't even know if we have any emails from any of our...
No, I get into the email. I haven't actually, reiterated it in a while. No, I have it right here. I have it. See, but a lot of people are not sitting there with pens ready to write it.
Well, that's the beauty of digital recordings, isn't it? For all of you that don't have a pen, come back to the segment at 25 minutes and 25 seconds, and he will give you, in very short amount of time, the email address to chime in on the whole topic, which we, of course, in ODC fashion, have kind of swayed away from the whole management thing. But go ahead, bro. What is that email? Our listeners are listening. All right.
Okay.
It's not 45 minutes and 25 seconds. It was 26 seconds and 10 seconds.
It is.
So, now you got me confused. 26 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay.
Well, it
is.
Oh, yeah.
It is. It is off the cuff podcast at gmail.com. And that's OFFDACUFF podcast at gmail.com. Off the cuff podcast at gmail.com.
All right. Okay. So now getting back to what we were talking about, materialistic things, and how the dearly departed Tom, former supervisor, used to boast about it. Please let us know if you agree with what I'm about to say. I was going to say one can deduce before Big Hefe here decided that he had to laugh for like 2-3 minutes. Thank you, Dad. Thank you there, bro. One can deduce that since Tom boasted to those who didn't have and those who had more than him, regardless, that his sense of accomplishment was very prideful, probably due to the fact that when he was growing up, he didn't have, or his parents didn't have. Or, I actually had a customer once that told me about this. It was all things that his father always wanted, but he basically said, fuck my dreams. I have to support my kids.
Right.
And therefore, vicariously, he made those dreams happen for his dad, but really onto him. If all that makes any kind of sense.
So you're saying that's what he did, or that's what you think?
Maybe, and that's why he boasts about it, even to those who have more than he does. I have a yacht. Well, I have a mega yacht. Well, let me tell you about my yacht. My yacht is like this, like this, like this, like that. You see, that to me, that this says that he is very proud of what he's been able to accomplish. Perhaps it was his goal. Perhaps he made it his goal, which was maybe, his dad's goal.
Right.
But could never achieve it.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That could be.
When I operated a mechanic shop, I had a customer who had an older Mercedes CLK convertible, very nice color, silver. I still remember it. It's kind of like a baby blue silver. Uh, and, you know, he had this suspension damage that was just very, very costly to put back to the original state. He didn't want to have aftermarket parts. He didn't want to use used parts. He wanted everything brand new. And the brand new took a whole lot of time to get because of the age of the vehicle. Not that it was, you know, super agey. It wasn't a classic by any means, but it was, you know, quite some time, you know. And the kind of money that he was going to spend to repair that car and restore it back, it was going to be, well, quite costly. And he didn't need to have that car. However, he told me that that car was just sentimental value because he grew up dirt poor. His father worked like 4 jobs to make sure to put him through college and for him and his siblings to have a better life. And when he made it as an attorney, he's an attorney. When he made it as an attorney and he bought that car, he said, I remember like it was yesterday, the first time I showed this car to my dad, the grin and the smile of satisfaction on his face and the pride that he had that I bought that car. So this gentleman, and I don't remember his name, and I apologize to you in case you stumble upon my, you know, our podcast. You know, to him, that was his whole motivational factor. He did what his dad wanted to do. His dad always wanted to have a convertible. Didn't have to be a Mercedes. He just wanted a convertible, a 2-seater, what they call a Sportster, right? And he accomplished that goal for his dad.
Right.
It was his dad's goal originally, but his dad also said, well, fuck me and my dreams. And he put his kids through college and gave them the best that he could. And, you know, they went further. And so his son, having made it, then I guess kept in mind what his dreams were, what his father's dreams were, and his father's dreams became his dreams. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it very well could have been that was his, you know, what he had.
So now I ask you this, bro. My algebraic mind, did it get you thinking now?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
As in good Eureka and Big Hefe, oh, I apologize for that, bro. I got a little bit overly excited. Big Hefe and Eureka fashion, we have done it once again, where we come up with a topic and totally sway away from it.
Oh, yeah. That's us.
Uh-huh. All right. So, shall we continue back onto that topic or go down a different route?
I mean, we talked about one incident there, you know. It's just that he was okay, I'll continue because yeah, he probably had that kind of thing going on. But I feel like he was also, because I knew him, you know, from working there. I worked there for like 2 years, and he was arrogant. I knew he was arrogant. So for him, you know, he just treated people. You know what?
Well, I'll tell you, I'll say this, bro. When I was at Walmart, I tried to take advantage of these college classes for $1 a day. What I did not know is that these college classes for $1 a day through Walmart, they were solely geared towards Walmart productions, if you will. Right? So I decided to do a business class, and in the business class, really what they were talking about is how to make you a more efficient manager within Walmart. Everything had to do with Walmart. All the case studies, all the projects, everything that we did was Walmart. The only difference is that they didn't say this is Walmart.
Right.
They said store ABC. That was the name of the fictitious store. But everything within that store was basically just talking about retail sales of the typical Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of course, when Walmart fired me for stepping on a pallet, which was their scapegoat and their opportunity to get rid of me since they were making changes, uh, you know, those classes were no longer available to me, which I was thinking about just a couple of weeks ago as I was driving between states in the cornfields. I paid my $30 a day. I should say my $1 a day, which equals to $30 a month.
Right.
Right? I signed up for the certificate, the business certificate classes, which would take 90 days, 3 months. Okay. And it was a total of, I think, 3 classes that I was going to do. And I
Right.
paid for all $90, of which, when they fired me, I didn't get my $90 back.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
even a portion of that $90 back, you know.
mm-hmm.
And I was told I could no longer participate in the classes because I'm no longer working with Walmart, and these classes are geared for Walmart.
Right. And that's what I mean. It's pretty crappy, right?
It is.
To do to somebody. So.
But that's not really a management thing. The management thing that I can relate to that you brought up is, you know, how one day you're treated like gold, and then another day, you know, and then I'll give you the example. What happened is at that time, Walmart was making some changes, and we had this meeting where the top manager of the store, the overall manager of the store, general manager,
Right.
she calls us all out for a manager's meeting. We go outside, and you know, she gets there in the middle, and you know, I'm the greatest, I'm the best. You know, I fought them on this, and I fought them on that. And then she said, "Well, these are the changes that are taking place. We're no longer going to have managers or supervisors. We're going to have team leads." And let me see, it was team leads and section leaders. Okay. Then she said that everyone is going to be mixed up. Then at the end, she said there are going to be 11 team leads in the new structure, and we have 38 supervisors. So I'm looking around at this meeting. I'm like, okay, I've been here 2.5 months, and I'm looking around and I'm saying, okay, this motherfucker here has been here 22 years, so he's not going nowhere. And I looked at her head and I said, okay, this woman here, she's been here for 13 years. She's not going nowhere. And then I just kind of glanced from left to right, you know, at all of my peers. And I said, okay, so I'm actually the youngest supervisor here with 2.5 months. Everyone else is at 7 years plus.
Uh-oh, the jig is up.
So what does that tell you, bro? Do you not see the writing on the wall there? Right. So when I stepped on that pallet, I didn't think that they would use that pallet for some BS, you know, type of crap regulation that I had no knowledge of ever existing. And they used that as the scapegoat to get me out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the crap that I'm talking about. Like,
oh yeah, and whenever they fire people, it's like, you know, they do it in the most grotesque way.
Yeah.
You know, they do it in the most grotesque way, and it sucks. But, you know, I get it because some people really go buck wild and shit, you know, when they get fired. What? You firing me? No, motherfucker, you don't fire me. I fire you. You know, it just becomes into some shit, you know?
Right. Shit, I wish we could fire them. But, you know, also another thing, like, why is it that we need to give them a 2-week notice when we're getting ready to quit?
Exactly.
But yeah,
exactly.
They can't give us a notice when they're getting ready to fire us.
Yeah, so exactly.
We start trying to find a job, you know, in a hurry, but they're okay with replacing us. You know, they got time to do that. You know, that's not fair. Plus, it's pretty awkward, you know.
And then you got to do the walk of shame because, you know, wherever they fire you, it's usually on the opposite side of the office or the fucking store or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, they want to escort you out.
Right. Like you're
So
gonna.
anything that you're not about to stab somebody in the neck while on your way out. Or as the old term from the 80s, going postal on them, etc. And so they give you a box or a bag, or, they tell you to collect your things. They walk you to your locker. In this case, that's what happened. They walked me to the locker to make sure they got everything that belongs to them, and that I'm not taking anything that belongs to them,
Mm-hmm.
And they escort you, they walk with you, not escort you. They walk with you all the way to the front, as if you're doing something wrong.
Right.
I don't have a criminal record. I don't plan on having a criminal record, and that really pisses me off.
Yep. And if you did have a criminal record, then they wouldn't have hired you in the first place, I don't believe. So, like, why all of a sudden now did it change when they fired you for just being on a pallet, supposedly,
Yeah, exactly.
So
the
that's
biggest issues that employers have these days, because now they have more stringent regulations,
right.
corporate regulations, where, they know that they fuck people over.
Yep.
So they do these background checks to make sure that you haven't done any hard time for, any kind of assault or any kind of crimes that hurt people.
Right. Yeah.
Why? Right. And I mean, I get it. There's some issues there that could also arise, but I think that the major concern is so that, they could talk to you however the hell they want to, right? And not get that reaction where they're going to get beat up.
Yeah. Yep.
And so these days, a lot of companies, I saw it a lot in DirecTV. I saw it a lot with Viasat. I definitely saw it with Walmart. They have trouble hiring people under the guidelines set forth by corporate office, right? Because one, they have to pass a drug test. In Kentucky, It seems like everybody's on drugs. If it's not drugs, it's alcohol. They can't have a criminal record. These days, it's very hard to come by someone who doesn't have a criminal record of some sort. And criminal is basically any kind of felonies. And, a felony could be anything. It could be a violent crime. It could be a passive crime. It could be blue-collar crime, whatever.
Right.
I'm sorry, I said blue-collar crime. I meant to say white-collar.
White-collar. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so those are some of the difficulties that these companies face. And when they find someone that is on the up and up, doesn't have any of those issues, no drugs, no alcoholism, none of those types of addictions, and no criminal record of any kind, right? They're happy. Oh, man, finally, we found somebody, And they called me right away. As soon as I put it in and I consented online to doing the background check and so forth, it was like 5 minutes later, I get a phone call. That quick. Not only did I finished the background check, then it asked me if I wanted to try and take the exam for being a supervisor or manager. So I said yes. I passed that exam. And 5 minutes later, I get a phone call. That quick. That's how fast it happened.
Yeah. Wow.
But, I was a fool in that one too, trying to live life like, what society says I have to do. And you know what? I'm 47 now, and yeah, I've had a lot of stumbles on the road and everything else. And you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore. I decided that what I was doing was the right thing to begin with. I was most happy working for myself. I might have been broke. I might have had some money. I might have not had money per se, but had cash flow, which, afforded me a certain lifestyle, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm most happy as doing it that way. And at the end of the day, my parents used to say that whatever it is that you do in life, you have to do something that you enjoy. So they told me that when I was a kid, but then as an adult, they tell me, well, what you have to do is get a job. You think I wanted to do this job? I didn't want to do this job, but I had to. So fuck your dreams, okay? So yeah, it's kind of, earlier you and I were joking about this, but really they should have a class in high school that says "fuck you" and "fuck your dreams." Okay, they should prepare people for what really is coming into adulthood. You know. But anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, I can relate as to different management styles. There's some managers actually I learned some of this that they actually have this in terms of terminology, where they can actually make a whole curriculum out of the shit. And apparently they write books about this crap. You know,
They got books about everything now.
oh yeah, and now with cyber technology and the breaking down of barriers and distances with the internet, as our George Bush Sr. used to say,
The internet.
Right? Now everything is available on fucking Google.
Right. Yep.
I'm surprised that they even still have libraries.
Yeah, me too, man. Man, we used to get stuff out of encyclopedias, like big books. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah,
But
my
also-
mom used to have a whole set.
Yep, I had one too. My mom bought one too. She says she bought it for me.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, most proud that she was able to make that purchase.
yeah. My mom wanted me to take that with me. I said, "Mom, they have Google now. I don't think I need that." But pass it on to your kids. Oh, my kids have a lot more than that now, Mom. Oh Lord, they will look at me like I'm crazy. Are you kidding me?
Dad, what the hell is this? Yeah. Dad, let me show you how we do research these days. Google, look up.
Yep. But speaking of the way things that George Bush used to say, bro, I would like to do the this or that in that honor. Like the words that people say.
Well,
Like I got cousins
uh-huh.
and cousins.
Cousin and cousins.
You ever heard somebody say cousins? Like with a T at the end?
Well, I have not.
Yeah, my wife says it like that.
Does she?
Cousins.
Well,
Yeah.
In Kentucky, I noticed that a lot of people say across the street.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yep, with a T at the end, right? Across.
Yeah, across the street.
Yeah, it's weird.
And that irks me because
But that's how my wife says cousins.
Across the street. And some of them say it with a T, some of them say it with an ED, as in past tense.
Yeah. Across the street.
Yeah.
If you go across. Yep. So anyway, I say cousins, just regular cousins, and she says cousins. But anyways, now my kids are saying certain things like her, man. So
I don't think it's just because of her. It might be because of the environment. That might be popular way of speaking.
Yeah, I could see that. But it's funny because it's like now I'm the wrong one. I'm the one who's saying it wrong. Like my kids will correct me in certain things.
It's not cousins; it's cousins.
Right.
You're so embarrassing.
I know you're so embarrassing saying words correctly, Dad.
Hey, I've mentioned this story before on one of our segments, probably in season 1, when we were talking about our kids more. My daughter Natalia, which by the way I have updates on that one. For those listeners who have actually followed and have heard me talking about my daughter and her boyfriend, I have updates on that. So, but my daughter, when she was about 10 or so, she was bothered that I was taking her to school. She was late for school, so I was rushing her into school, and when the kids are late, you have to walk in and sign them in for being late, right?
Yeah.
No, Dad, you don't have to go in. And, I automatically start thinking, okay, what the hell does she do? Right? There's got to be a reason why she doesn't want me to go in. And I was like, no, Dad, you don't have to go in. I kept saying, no, sweetheart, I can't. I have to. I have to sign you in. How are you going to go in without me going in, to sign you in? Then they're going to think the worst, that you decided not to come to school for whatever reason, and then they want to investigate. Well, okay, well, fine, but can you not talk to anybody? I was like, what'd you do? What'd you do? Come on, tell me. What'd you do? It's better I know now than to find out later from somebody else. So I know that. I didn't do anything. I just don't want you to talk to anyone. So I stayed quiet for a minute, then I thought about it, and I said, sweetheart, are you ashamed of me or something? I said, no, Daddy, I'm not ashamed. It's just that, everyone says, what's up? And you say, how do you do?
Yeah.
You're proper. I was like, is that all? I was like, yeah, okay. Well, I promise that if someone says, what's up, I will say, what's up back. You just said, what's up? What's up? It's like, what up? Huh?
What up?
Yeah, and so I walked her into the school, and I'm signing her in. And the receptionist, we've always talked, and we have a decent relationship. In fact, she lives down the street from where I used to have the mechanic shop. So we talked, and there were other teachers there, and the Spanish teacher was there, and she said, "Oh, Natalia, is this your dad?" I said, "Yes, my name is Yulika Jesus. How do you do?" I did it. I attention, it came out. How do you do? Right? And my daughter just like slaps her face, rolls her eyes, huffs and puffs. Then we're talking, the Spanish teacher and I are talking, and so on and so forth. And then she says, "Oh, I'll walk her to her class." Right? I was like, "Oh, well, thank you." And here I was signing her in, and talking with the receptionist lady, the secretary of the school. Mm-hmm. And on that day, Natalia comes back. She says, "See that? I asked you not to talk to anyone." I was like, Natalia, we live in a society, okay? People ask questions. They say hello. You reply back, okay? Mm-hmm. Yes, but you said, how do you do? Yes, I understand that. And I apologize for having made that mistake, okay? But that was to the Spanish teacher. Yeah, and why did you have to speak to the Spanish teacher? Bruh. She was asking if I was your father. So I introduced myself. Again, we live in a society, honey. Like, yeah, she's like, "Oh, is that your father?" While she was walking me into the class. He's very handsome. What does he do? And she was too curious about you, Dad. I'm like, okay. So is it because you're afraid teachers might get curious about me? I mean, it's only natural that people want to find out more about you and your people, your family. She told me this was a mute topic, and please don't talk to anybody again.
At 10 years old. Wow.
I got 10. She was in 4th grade,
Yeah.
Then when she got to middle school, she told me to walk across the street.
Yeah, I didn't walk close to me, Dad.
When she got to dating, she said that I shouldn't show up for any of the school functions or, come pick her up at school or anything like that. I said, why? She's like, oh, I like these boys. I like this boy, but he wouldn't even talk to me. And then I like this other boy, and he also wouldn't talk to me. So I started thinking, what's wrong with me? And come to find out, Dad, they're all terrified of you. Okay. I don't know what to say to that one, but okay. Well, they should be, goddammit, what about that? So, yeah. And, in the end, she loves me very much. It's don't worry, you'll get there if you're not already there.
Yeah. Well, I have a good relationship with my daughter, but it's, it's pretty much the same thing. It's like, you're embarrassing, Dad, kind of thing. But, yeah.
And I bring up the updates regarding my daughter and her boyfriend, which I presented him on our earlier segments of the first season and second season, and various different episodes, actually. And I had stated that I hope one day that he will marry my daughter, right? Well, it turns out that they eloped. Little did I know when I was saying that they were already married.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and they kept it from both of their parents. Apparently, when he got back from boot camp, they felt so close to each other, and they wanted to go the next extra step, and they went off to Florida for a getaway, and they got married. Since they bought a house together, my daughter was expecting, so now I have my very first grandson.
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you. His name is Apollo Terrence Johnson.
Nice.
Yeah. I call him Apollino. Apollino. With like an Italian type accent.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Your granddad now.
My daughter was feeling some kind of way, and I kind of noticed it. I was very concerned that, maybe there was something more there, that, that perhaps maybe she was having some sort of depression during pregnancy, or she would be susceptible to postpartum depression, or,
Ooh, hope not.
Yes. But it turns out is just that, their secret was eaten up at her and him.
Okay.
Because they thought that they would get married, work, save up, work on themselves, work on their life and their stability, and so on and so forth. And then eventually they would have this big, massive, beautiful wedding, and make it legit, right? Where everyone knows that they're getting married, but they were already secretly married.
Wow.
But since Apollino was coming, that kind of threw a little dampener in the road there, pothole in the road, if you will, in the master plan, because they kind of wanted that to happen after the official marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So then I guess she felt bad for lying, because I had asked once, saw a picture, and I saw a ring on that ring finger. And I asked if she had got married. She said, "No, Dad, no, it's just a ring." And she, apparently I was right.
Yeah. She knew it too. She's probably, damn, my dad is smart. God damn it.
Yeah, I guess. Or maybe not. I don't know. But so.
But that's awesome, man.
Yeah, they've been married, so I guess my wishes were answered. Although I did feel robbed at first when she told me. I felt robbed of the, of the fatherly duty to walk his daughter down the aisle.
Yeah.
Kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah. Especially her being your only daughter, right?
Well, she's not my only. I have one, my youngest one, Mariana, who is 11.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I don't have that close of a relationship with them. I'm hoping to be able to harness that eventually.
It could change.
But yeah, it could change. She's 11 now, and I actually did speak with her mom not too long ago, a couple of days back, and so it's looking promising. So I'm really looking forward to that, to being able to spend more time with them freely, without restrictions and barriers and hooplas and all this other stuff.
It's really awesome, man. That's good news.
Yeah,
all the way around.
Yeah. So that's kind of bringing us back up to speed now with those updates with regarding my daughter and her husband Paul, who I have referred to as the Admiral.
The Admiral, yeah. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's on fast track and advancement, and he's doing quite well, and he's taken to military life very well. And I think my daughter has also opened up her eyes as to the benefits of being in the military. And it's just like I keep telling them, both of them, 20 years is a blink of an eye. Doesn't seem like it at your age, but it is.
Oh hell yeah!
So,
That's
and I told him when they were expecting a Paulino. At the time, I used to just refer to him affectionately as Bambino.
Bambino. Yeah, I
Uh,
love that.
and
Bambino.
I told him, I said, you just wait. When Bambino arrives, time will fly like a motherfucker. So it's
Yep.
best that you stay. You put in your 20 years. When you get out, you have a whole lot more options and a nice little cushion set up.
Oh yeah.
And I told him, I know that at your age, the tendency is to want to go out and have fun and do this and that and spend all your money and live carelessly. But believe me, put in the hard work now. Later, you'll be thanking me for it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
For sure. For
Yep.
sure.
No doubt about it.
They,
And that's good that he's susceptible to that information. He's he listens to it, and that's good.
I'm actually quite blessed with that one too, because he and we have a very good relationship as well.
Right. Yep.
Very good. And we talk more so than my own daughter talks with me. Yeah, but I'll tell you this though, my daughter does feel a certain way about me taking my grandson out. I told her, when I make it into Maryland, I'd be my honor to babysit. Take my little Paulino out, and it's like, no, Dad, I'm quite comfortable with you just watching him in the comfort of my home, where I have cameras and everything else. And that was the matter. You don't trust me? No, it's not that I don't trust you, Dad. It's just that, I don't want to, leave you with him in the morning and then, get a phone call sometime at night saying that you're in Canada. You and a Paulino are in Canada. Yeah. I mean, it was good enough for you. Yeah, but Dad, I mean, yeah, your mom didn't complain every time I say, okay, well, I'm going to New York. Well, take Natalia with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Happy to do so.
Now that she's a parent.
Yeah, wow. She's concerned that, all of a sudden she's going to get a phone call that, I sailed us to freaking Cuba or something and, I've been locked up or something, for not having some proper paperwork or something like that.
Crazy.
She keeps telling me, both of them keep telling me how fussy he is and how, they don't know what's wrong, but he seems to cry a lot. And I told her, I said, the boy is trying to tell you something. He's in a hurry to start walking and hanging out with Grandpa. He needs adventure in his life. You guys are boring. I've become that grandparent, dude. Bro.
You're gonna be the grandpa that says, "You guys need a little time together. Let me take a Paulino there."
Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, you're not gonna be using my son to pick up chicks." Damn, really? Told you how much I'm in love with this one girl, and you come back with using your son to pick up chicks, really?
Wow.
We are in the age of the internet. They rent children for that. Right. Doesn't sound too right, but yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, on the updates, I used to talk about quote unquote my wife, which was a figure of speech, regarding about Wanda. She's since been gone into the history books, so to speak.
Yeah.
She and I are no longer together. She chose a different path for herself and did it in the most grotesque way, kind of like some of the managers of these places of employment. So that's gone, and now I'm with someone new that is considerably younger than me, and that has its own challenges, I suppose. And I'm very fond of her, and that's what's happened since we've taken our hiatus.
Lots has happened, and in my world, I've gone from very depressed to very happy all of a sudden. And I think I'm back to myself now, though.
You
And
sound it.
thanks to you a lot too, and you and my wife and my kids and a lot of other people that I'd like to give shout outs to, but we have a limited time right now, so I might cut it short. But um,
Yeah.
just want everybody to know that I'm in a better place, and I thank you, bro, a lot for that. And
Don't know why you're thanking me, but okay.
what's that?
I don't know why you're thanking me, but okay.
Well, you were there when I went downhill, and I know that I put you in a rough place too at that time, but you helped me out a lot with just being there. You know what I mean? Listening to me, empathizing, letting me know that we all go through. We're all human. You know what I mean? And sometimes we feel like we're Supermen, and sometimes we feel like we're not. But you let me know that we can get through it. Together. So. And my wife did the same. She's put herself in the back seat for me, and my kids have just made me realize how blessed I am, and a lot of people, man. I'd love to name them. I'll name a few here, a few MVPs as I call them in my life. Belinda, I'm only going to say their first names. Alexis, Angel, I know you know who I'm talking about. Anita, Brandy, Lindsay, Larry D, Larry H, Lisa, PC, Ed, Jeff K, John, Sean O, and Sean K, Rosie, my cousin. And I want to send a shout out also to a fellow podcaster. His name is Flo of the Raza Stan. He's a Mexican guy. He's on podcast. He's got a podcast on Instagram and YouTube. He's a great guy. He's always got a great word of advice for me. And I also want to thank. I know you remember Chris Allende, aka Rep Da Vinci from Color Schemes, that we interviewed on here.
I do remember him.
Yeah, he's a good dude too, man. He's him and his wife Jennifer, and she's had COVID, by the way, her and her son, but they're kicking its ass, so they're doing good. And he helped me actually from depression and stuff. He talked to me about it, and he's also my official guy for our official guy for ODC t-shirts, by the way. So all the folks who not only listen to our show, I just want to and the ones who share our posts about the show, because I see on our social media platforms, I see some people sharing, liking, commenting, and shouting out our show. So I like that. That's cool. I also want to shout out to Templar Thomas, my friend who I worked with for years. Also my buddy Rufat, who supported our show, by the way, monetarily, by the way. They bought some stuff from us, and anyone else who has done that, we appreciate it. Anyway, I just want to tell people to check us out. Check out our seasons 1 and 2. I always do that. I go back and check out our show from our seasons 1 and 2. Do you ever do that, bro? Because I think we have some good shows, man, that we put out, some good content. Especially with Justin Riley, man. He's our last show on our second season. We did a good job there, man. I think that was a great show.
Well, you know me, bro. You know me. I think our best show that I really enjoyed the most, and I have gone back and listened to our shows. After you've edited them, edited them.
Yeah, that's a hard one to again.
Yeah, because I was thinking of a crust. And I by far the show where we were doing a tribute to mothers, single mothers, and somehow in good ODC fashion, we ended up, off topic as usual, and we went on and on and on about El Trapo.
Yes. I know that's your favorite.
Very hilarious show. You know, it was truly off the cuff as well on that one.
Yep, for sure, man. And I'd like to remind everybody that you guys can, email us again at offthecuffpodcast@gmail.com. Again, it's OFFDACUFFPODCAST@gmail.com. I'll put all that information on the social media, on Facebook. You can find us there at Off the Cuff Podcast. On Instagram, you can find us at off_the_cuff. And on Twitter, we're on Twitter too. It's at Off the Cuff there too. So, we'll be around for a while now. You know what I mean? We're just gonna keep making content, putting it up, talking about things, being us, and telling our stories and having fun, man. It's a great outlet for us. It's a good content for you guys to laugh and just keep having fun in life, man. Don't let it bring you down. And that's all I got to say about that. What about you, bro?
Me, I think we're going to keep on keeping on with what we do, and I'm really happy to be back to doing the show. It's a very nice hobby that we've come up with, or rather, you have come up with, and I enjoy doing alongside with you. I say thank you for all the love that everyone has shown Big Hefe going through his difficult time. And that goes to show you, bro, that you are a loved person.
Yeah, thank you, man. It did show me that a lot, actually. You guys and everybody that I mentioned, they were all like banded together for me. So that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to shout out another person, which is my therapist. She, Dr. Valencia Battle, and her husband, Gerald Battle. They actually found me the job that I have now, which is transporting people at MTA, Mass Transportation Authority in Flint. And it's been interesting, man. I got a lot of stories. I actually have I put up stories on Facebook. I don't know if you know that, bro, but I call it the transporter. The transporter. What did I call it? Now I forgot that, bro. I can't believe that. The transporter tales. Tales from the transporter. And it's just tales about stories of what happens out there. It's pretty cool, man. I'll tell you some. I'll show you some, bro.
All right.
So, yeah, I give it to my buddy Mike. He puts it in his little the Huxley report that he does, and he sends that out to people. So it's pretty cool.
Cool.
Anyway, so yeah, I think we're done. We're gonna join us next time, please, for episode number 2 of season 3. And thank you, bro, for joining us again. And hopefully we can have some interviews and stuff for this season.
Interviews or guests to come in and go off the cuff with us on these topics that we never stick to.
Exactly.
That usually lead us into a different conversation.
For sure. That's our stick.
Yeah.
I hope everybody enjoys it and have a great day. Have a great week.
But bro, here's the only thing though.
What's that?
Aren't we missing badass flick or just pure shit?
We are. I guess
we brought up the this and that regarding George Bush Sr. But here we are saying goodbye. But then again, I apologize to our listeners, as we are now in an hour and 10 minutes. And, Big Hefe here spent like 10 minutes trying to remember the email address. And then another 25 minutes talking about, the notable deaths.
Yep.
He had a long list that he's been waiting to get off his chest.
We had to catch up on that, man.
Yeah.
That's why. And I didn't really prepare anything for the movies, man. I've been watching a lot, and my wife would say I've been falling asleep on it a lot. Um, which is true.
Yeah, well, the TV watches you. I get it.
Oh yeah, lots of times. So,
All
but you
right.
will definitely prepare some for next episode. How about that?
Cool. That
Yeah.
works for me.
All right, bro.
Say the name of that movie was Hunting Games?
What's that?
The name of that movie, did you say it was Hunting Games with Matt Damon?
Oh no. It's Goodwill Hunting.
Oh, Goodwill Hunting.
Yes.
How did they get to Hunting Games? See, I would have gone down a whole other path, even with movies. You see that?
Oh man. Yeah, you would have got a whole different movie right there.
Yeah.
Well, Hunger Games is good though. But a Goodwill Hunting, man, that's a good one. Robin
All right.
Williams is in it. Really good.
Goodwill Hunting. Okay.
Yeah.
Better look it up.
All right. All right. Till next time, and as we usually say, peace.
Peace, guys.
All right, man.